Kasiebo akenkan for eyemme Obahima Afia Asiedu minimi nuabema
Kwabena Boasiako
yentie ensem no enchemo aburi hini otubo jan kwese a otoso mieno aba beto dwase ode na chitai sonko ama omampanyin na nado danko akufo ado a de all can say for more for nana na watwi mienu se na Ghana ekosinani mu akwakoto aba ayo mampanyi ene mrahye bedwafo na aburi hene otubo jan kwasi a otoso mienu osanso ya donte hene edima akuapem na nanom atrenkunya asase kire se ne wofu duapa ene epia no wo hwe enema ekoso Ghana hase na eded pefe se omampanyi akufu adoye sanso edi mfinhia nan eka ne ho biemu wase di omampanyi ni aye no esu ebi ma da se no ma Ghana fonko da ekosuku komu ntwete ku anasa da manunti ene oso beto aba ede ama omampanyi akufu ado
yan tumai ani yan egwa esiwe je nyami oreko okufu frano ntijire nyami ni ayadi wo mu nyina che nyami enu ti yedi je nyami egwa yi eyeden emano anope bia oba be pie agodi ni dwuma bia ontena so no sorry na nyame nhira wo so entamai se akasa mawira na chese oman no wire ewo mu ene yere man Ghana mawira hene yedi Ghana adwini nyina ya wire nyina woni mu onye ni oye ne mayen ontoto mayen wayen fianan onye ne eba ne nka ho wanga ebebe achiri na abetua so enu ti ne yere mano nana forma yes
Ghana mampanyi na nado danko akufo ado so ekasa kire mu se wate no bekoso e na afam die atum Ghana fo ahwe aboa amoma no atumpon omode nsem wonyina da tudwa ewo Ebru Senior High School eno ewo Apuye Mantemu
na me ba ha na de ba ko aka who I am denso and say Afia waxy results free SHS first batch of students waxy results a free a breeze secondary school abe and ya adike to a more day like I'm about because 1 year now one is mood to me no what I need is say who na so the major etie ya ka ho asam etie ya ka ho asam mo bobo de mo bom sama ma ho mo bobo de abrimai Kwabena Ghana mai yeah but this said I'm to my name ne say some more say juma me baye me sano anwa juma no say sefata na mamba say me ba be dada mo na nukra na me ka tira mo say juma mai na somewhere near me sramo mo ma me kwan na me to am juma no so that 4 years for nanano and be juma na ni said the day no so send the free movement. We have laid the foundation for the future prosperity of Ghana. The new patriotic party has the blueprint for the development of our country. It's Yabaya Baba to Misamo, Abrimai, and then to Mianu Pepe, Ubia, what's your Dio Kutaka? Sadano, make sure you go to the polling station. Every single person, what show the day or worker, Nako Yiwaje, Natsa Waje, Nako Pia, number one for Obi Amwa, number one for Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo.
Yetwa yensem no eso empempi se yebeto eye aba toda kasantwi etakoso paare no mu no na agina so ama National Media Commission penifo na Afia CDD Ghana for HM so mo hwekwa mbafa so a saa eye ensema hodo a emfa so ndwe ma no eso betimi atwa
ebi oha enye se journalist for no amasheda na bia onbese omoka adefon but enso etoda bia ya na entiase se be brofo kasa no enye ye kasa into obi oha oka o se u ka kire Ghana ni bi se don't be fool or no be kontokwa. But sanka bruni the catch na or tia say oh can oh man warning ke say manning and so they catch will be say we hu entokwa besie enti saa no binti na ye ba say ye beka ewo ho na ye nyina ye hu ne o say ye na ye nya ye hu entiase.
The Media Foundation report is consistent with observations made by ordinary Ghanaians in the recent CDD Ghana pre-election survey released at the end of October, where it was found that 1 in 4 adult Ghanaians reported hearing the use of interpreted language during campaigns. So the media can help keep this by refusing to empanel people who use this platform to incite and provoke conflict. Of particular concern are platforms owned by politicians, where media actors have little control over the content of their program or are prevented from controlling those content. So it's for this reason that we as CDD Ghana are delighted to be working with the National Media Commission to embark on this monitoring event. As part of the effort, we are also collaborating with the Media Foundation for West Africa to increase the number of sampled media houses to monitor abusive and indecent language across Ghana. 20 additional media monitors have been trained by the Media Foundation to do daily monitoring of political party communicators on current affairs, on political discussion programs, newspaper reviews, and on selected radio stations across the country.
Dear and social media name from a man for Etienne say, Nana Kunedwajman Rollins or da NDP Amanyukono Anono, and Yadia Obejina, Afia by a Babetron Emo. Na Enuna Alaji Muhammad Frimpong, our yes Secretary General, Ewo Party no Emo, Wababo and Tiabekasa and Yanukre, Nana Kunedwajman Rollins or Ko Ewa Batui Emo.
It's believed that the last minute consideration is linked to the demise of Kunadu's husband, ex-President Jerry John Rawlings, who passed away 2 weeks ago. Reports say the NDP leader has informed the EC of her decision. Meanwhile, the party is scheduled to address a press conference later today. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, this is fake news in capital letters and should be treated as such. Our leader is grieving and should be allowed to do so in peace. Our presidential candidate has not taken any decision to pull out of the race and has not been in communication with the EC. This is just the latest of the lies that the NDC has heaped on the Rawlingses over the last decade. The question you should be asking is this: why is the NDC panicking now over the candidacy of Nana Kunadu-Agyemang Rawlings? Why are they afraid now? It is the ghosts of their own misdeeds and maltreatment of the Rawlingses and the due reward that awaits them on December 7th, which is haunting the NDC.
Yet was na yako a year and 7 for and so emua. Governor Emma Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, now what they are 2 H. Muse, Araman for a council, a buying a bro a year Musiano do. Now the Intia, Sabusiana, a buyer will be Yano, what to the bossy Achimu at their chest and chauffeur.
Ghana for bi egusu bisase adenti na Ghana eka yade no emu epeja kwosoro ade chi ade sei se eka Ghana yade no ejina 273.1 billion Ghana cedis enti ebra mpenifo eye nhyiemu ade afa Ghana yesika sam atoto ye ho no ena amarado ade ma omai bank kese no Dr. Ernest Addison echechirimu ese social interventions ahodo abande ba ye ebra coronavirus no ejina mu te se enhye ne kane ye famekwa ye bo enwuma nketenkete ene adantemo ene eniema woduro ni bi ene nam so amasese no yeka yede no emu apagya ade ekosoro wacheche mu ade akwakoso se omugusho mo ye niema nyinada eyi na wobi ekọ bank akwakoba bosia insi hu anase rate ni de edaso ejina hamu nchemu edunan ene achiripo enum 14.5%.
You know, the policy rate go down, which has impacted on short-term interest rates. But this has also occurred at a time that there has been a lot of pressure on government to, you know, put into place measures to mitigate the impact of the COVID. So necessarily, the government's demand for financing during this period has gone up. And this is what accounts for the longer-term interest rates remaining stubbornly high because of the high financing needs of the government. And the benefit of those interventions, all of you are witnesses to that. I mean, the government has been able to cushion households, subsidize electricity and water for Ghanaian households. They've been able to provide small loans for, small enterprises. All of these things demand money, and they have to be financed. And we are financing them through the issue of bonds. So this is why you are seeing the interest rates on the longer dated instruments going up. And this is what accounts for the debt stock rising to 71% of GDP. So in a sense, one can justify why the debt is where it is. To the extent that these were necessary fiscal interventions, and we have to pay for it through the issue of bonds to finance these interventions, you're going to see a rise in the stock of debt. The important point, I think, is whether the government will have the same fiscal space to be able to continue providing these supports in 2021, because really we are getting to the limits of what the government can do. Basically, that's what I derive from the 71% of GDP.
Omampanyina da John Dramani Mahama ono na etu franka ediama NDC amanyekuo na wase omampanyina na dodan kwakufuado ede na ban eka kire ne se ono eba nketa asehya odi mutintimai na faidie omampanyina na dodan kwakufuado ne na ban na omokan no omodie keta asehya no omodi dware.
They were more sorrowful than we were in 2016. Our economy is completely destroyed. Within 4 years, this government has borrowed 157 billion cedis. And everywhere you go, there is nothing. Even in their own stronghold in Ashanti, the chiefs are saying it, that these last 4 years, there is not a single project that they have seen, development project in their traditional areas. All you see is corruption. At the time we were in office, they tarred us with a brush of corruption. And they made so much noise about it. Today, the president is bathing in corruption. And I say that because the allegations of corruption are of people close to him. And that's why I say he's bathing in it. You can be president, there might be a CEO or something who does something, you probably are not aware, but when you become aware, you must take action against it. But when you take cases like PDS, and you hear his own brother and his cousin and others discussing how to distribute shares of PDS, then the president is bathing in corruption. We have their voices on tape discussing how somebody should reduce his share so that they will see how to share the thing. And the guy said, I won't reduce it. I won't go below 40%. We all heard that on the tape. As if that was not enough, then you have Ejapa. And everybody associated with Ejapa is close to the president or his senior associates. And the Office of the Special Prosecutor has released a damning report on Ejapa. And so when we say the president is bathing in corruption, we literally mean he's bathing in corruption.
Yet was Niako Amaiku NPP so Emuna Bapa KJ4 or no and national organizer ma NPP Amaiku which Musakai for or best on pass or mope abanya or Jomodia and no any Amaiku NPP Manitino heard a 1 penny Amubia and Fasika Amedada.
National Women's Organizer edema eye MPP amanyoko no eye Mame Kate Jemfua no abepie mu Kumase ade nani a kire soame ne nyina no se kaya yefo omo eso a niema ewo eye edwa ahodo ewo Kumase a omo atimi aboabo mo ho ano ewura ba akwa efre no Hajia Adisa wono eneda omo ano ewo memha na breno bia no oboabo kaya yefo ano emampanyimfo ne omo kasa na sa nhwemudie na se ena Madam Kate Jemfua e kire se omo ankasa so mbedi yie pa na ejina sa MPP aban na ohwe se emra Ghana mampanyin na ado danko akufado bedi ade no ohwe eye kuro bia eto a na omo soa ne makaya yofo eje ne nyina ohwe mensina hodo ne nyina ema omutimi efa mrakwam eyi sa ato ne nyina efrem sida be ya omo so adwuma omo eye no omo ho betiman he omo de no to nchen a social interventions free education so ye kaya yo na so wo ba oba ekọ secondary school wuntua sika ema ukomu enhenha o ene ne ma ekeka ho nti betima aboa pa osre kaya yofo ene omu nuanom nyina se omo kosoa enta MPP aban na chi
na na hye omobo omo aso gitum se na na ado danko akufu ado bo hye wo hye wo no so wadi so ne kaya yo bie ni honom a ye gi ne tax wo krom ha afen so wie nso osikuma asen so no o si hostel ade ama wo ma hostel no ya start omo nkwala no so ese ye timi ma wo de nurse ma wo to no so ye guso a ye ama wo mu timi fa mo man so nhyehye e se kire ana free education so ba ya no mu bebre wo hono ma na mo jai kaya ye no ade wo mo ahye mo mo so ko school adachi mu bi betimi abaye nurses ebi betimi abaye doctors ebi betimi abaye president na ebi betimi so aye ministers wo krom ha eti ne ya ka ne se omo nkoso na mo ntai na na ado danko akufu ado achi na first no ye dada wo mo se MPP form pe apepefu asem omo pe Muslim asem and omo nyina hu bi se ye nyina ye nipa ba ko because me am gina me ye Muslim choma hu se amaso na emo ye no omo nyina atena yie enti omo fa hum na omo kan kire omo nuanom MPP ye ni omo hwam da kwatire kwasa ba me fra ntoma bisa ne din enti mu hwe ye ni mu se ne ye ka bia wo mo ho ye be ye
Arefo madaro ma ye twa ho agenkrato ye ba de akabia edebeba